Yo, hello everyone. I have just eaten ice cream without the cream part. Pause. In any case, I froze my bottle of water, thus turning it into ice. I left it in a bit long, so it is now frozen. In any case, today I have noticed that a rare member of the bench list is online, bleeding shrimp. So I'm calling this that he will make an appearance. That would be pretty crazy. The other dude, the random dude, is online as well. However, they are not in a voice channel together. So the danger is lower. Well, it's not really a danger, but the chances. So the Minecraft server has been running for 48 hours straight now. And I wonder if it is still working. The PC it is running on has stayed pretty cool for all that time, which is not surprising, but it is very, very good. Also, I've noticed I'm an hour late. This is the latest I've been in a very long time. In any case, we will start the game. And then I will. Is the... No, it's not on screen. Okay. Thought the edge up there looked a bit like it's on screen. Well. Also, the game is starting. Why is it downloading stuff? In any case, what I was going to say is the game is... No, it's not about the game. The setup has been upgraded once more, and it is now looking very unpersonalized, I would call it. It basically lost all of its personality, but I have gained another monitor, and I'm going to have to get used to this, but I might be able to... can I upscale this to be full screen? Probably can't. But it kind of does work there. It's not actually that bad of a position. Also makes my stream view larger. Actually, I could probably move Discord over there as well. Like half screen. Ew. Why does Discord not let you do half screen? Ew. No, this is gross. There we go, now it's half screen. So it's actually I could probably move Spotify over there. It wouldn't actually be that bad of an idea. But Discord over here works too. So I don't really need it open. So that is totally fine. Wait. So this should be displaying now. Perfect. I have also got no idea if the screen is actually like impacting performance to a point where it isn't noticeable. However, I in fact did not make the lobby has a day counter. That is actually kind of diabolical. But it's also funny at the same time that the lobby has only been running for 24 days. Why is she blue? What does blue mean? Oh, also, this week, we've been playing a bit. You might notice some changes. So the moss has finally been on the server. We were anticipating this moment very much, but the moss has finally been here. And due to his appearance, we gained, what did we gain? We gained floating tree, we gained burning ship, but it's never going to burn down because the fire tick is off. We gained this little cozy house with some of his stuff, and we gained a bed in shelter. Also this tiny thing here, also I need to break the rest of this tree. I don't actually know what his mission was here, but yeah. Going to stack up there. Also, you might have noticed, if you're a very observing person, that my pickaxe now has a companion. Which is in fact another pickaxe. And the pickaxe is, as a matter of fact, enchanted perfectly. This one isn't quite, but I did gain the acquaintance of a new villager called actually he doesn't have a name, but it's a new villager, and the new villager is selling me Unbreaking 3 for something around 30 emeralds. I forgot how many exactly though. Also, I finally don't have to use the AC in the background. I don't even know if it's audible or not. I have quite a better noise suppression since I got the new microphone, because I actually took a bit more time setting up the entire audio. Finally, after 4 years or so of streaming, with voice, I let's go another yellow cube for the island. So what do I intend to do today? As you can see, I barely have any levels. In fact, very few levels. Which I could obviously gain by selling stuff. But because I do have Unbreaking 3 on my pickaxe now, I relatively simply and easily, let's say, maneuver the undergrounds of the overworld. But there's a very funny thing I actually tried doing. That's kind of diabolical. So I never yet did any I have not yet found any netherite upgrade templates, which has a reason. Yeah, I actually tried off stream. I believe it was off stream at least. Or was it during the last stream? I believe it was during the last stream, actually. Actually, I didn't think I would kill this dude. So wait, is there like a new... Where would you customize this? I do in fact want to know how she did it. Damn, she's explaining for a while. So last time, I don't really have many torches. Ooh. Oh, this is cool. Which one do we use? Do we use this? So, in any case, the Blood Moss and me, we've been mining, and this dude actually placed torches everywhere. So, what I'm going to do, you know, I know that there is not really that big of a chance of me getting any diamonds by mining straight strips, but because this is already lit up, we're just going to do the old... I know this is quite unentertaining, but I want to get at least one more vein of diamonds. I have actually not looked at how many diamonds I have, which, considering all things, would have been really smart actually. Bruh. I don't really think we're going to find any. Oh hell no. Bro, how is there so much gravel? Anyways, I have been thinking about what to build, and the moss, well, I already kind of had in mind what I want to build. But the moss actually also joined me here, obviously, as you know, due to the fact that he is, well, he's been here, we know that, because he's built stuff here, and he will be building, well, at least I am... Oh yes, let's go diamonds. At least this was his final idea. Was to build a type of... Let's go for... Was to build a type of... base underwater. Actually, it is a very good idea of a base. And I might just be saying that because the... Well, the idea for my living part of the base, I believe, or at least part of the entire thing of the previous non-modded server, so WTF Craft, was actually to build something extremely similar. And most of you are not going to know what the hell I'm talking about. But basically it is to make a hole, and then the way I wanted to build it, because it would have been a hole inside of a mountain that was on an island, so I wanted to make an artificial waterfall down there. Kind of. What he wanted to do was... and no, wait, I'll keep explaining my part first. And basically the idea was build a waterfall and then have the main buildings be on the side of the inner walls. Basically, it would have been a like a cylindrical shape, and then the buildings, the living buildings or whatever it would have been, would be on the inner edges of the cylindrical hole that I would have dug, but I never even got this far to finish the entire hole. But if I did, I would have done it this way. Now that was the idea, and the idea was to also then have an exit towards the port, the ship port, basically, because it was like a village/city type thing going on the coastline of this island. But there's a very big difference to his idea, which is obviously that it would have been only to sea level, which is like 63. His idea is to go down from sea level to bedrock, so everything is just a bit lower down. But due to the fact that he's doing it in the sea, there's water there, you know, and water will naturally flow down, and because there will be quite a lot of water flowing down, there is obviously not really a good way to build inside of the water. Well, technically that could be done, and if done right, it would probably look extremely cool. But the way he wants to do it, and the way I had hoped he would do it, because that was the first idea that came to mind when he said he wants to build kind of buildings inside of it. To build them, to basically make the cylinder larger than the diameter of the hole on top, so that the water flows but not on the walls of the cylinder, of the cylindrical hole, but further inside, giving it like an air gap behind the water, where he will build all the basically the housing and living space for himself, probably. I don't know if he intends to do like a village type of thing or just practical buildings like storage, automation. But the coolest thing about this is basically the fact that that is exactly what I had imagined. And to be very honest, it is a very cool idea. Oh my god, no way. It is a very cool idea. Like an extremely cool idea. And it is mainly this cool because it can and hopefully will contrast what I built pretty well. Because I, as you all know, intend to do a more medieval or, well, slightly more middle-aged type of thing within the bounds of my island and probably the surrounding seas. Kind of. There ain't no way I have mind passed so many diamonds. This is diabolical. Diabolical. Get it? Because it's diamonds. I have already gained 12 diamonds. That should almost double my diamond supply, which is kind of very diabolical, as I already said. But not only that, it is also cool. Okay, so there's obviously not going to be any diamonds here. I'm still going to dig this one. Also, I keep forgetting to make clips from the stuff that I actually find funny in the streams, like I find worthy of potentially clipping and making into a short, but I should really get to doing that again. That was the main basically the main way I gained viewership on my well, on my YouTube channel for the most part. Twitch clipping is sadly a bit different. I mean, I could clip the stuff myself, obviously, but I would rather someone else to do that because it's kind of cooler. In any case, the what? Oh my god, did I? There ain't no way I did that. No. I got a like a double offset. Like I got a block offset here. Ah. How triggering. But I've cleared the difference by doing a double wide. So that's fine. So, as I said, the goal is to build like a medieval type of, not a massive base. I want to keep it a bit smaller for the beginning, and if I then find that we can spend more time on the server without it inevitably dying, because I intend to not let this server die in the foreseeable future. Not like others. I want to have this thing run longer than the longest server we've had, which would be WTG probably. It was the server that where I've literally had multiple projects that actually got quite far. The probably coolest project though, which is also one of the rare ones that I've actually gone to a point where you could call it somewhat finished, was the town hall on WTF Craft. And I tried to build something inspired by the style of, well, geometrically inspired by the style. The block palette was quite a bit different, but geometrically inspired by the style of the town hall of the shopping district. And the town hall of the shopping district on WTF Craft was one of the best buildings I've ever built up until that point. And I would still call it one of the most peak buildings I have ever made. Because when using shaders on sunset or sunrise, you would see the sun going up or down. No, it only works on sunset, I believe, because on the other side there was no mountain. But on sunset, there was like a really cool mountain where the sun would disappear behind, which would have, well, the effect of this red glow, with shaders at least. And it would make the cathedral type R building that this was look extremely nice. Also during rain, it looked extremely nice, which is also one or two of the thumbnails for the server series that I made. I did make a video on the end of the server, which was like a very weird and very improvised kind of video, I'd say. I believe I went to all the bases, or at least to many of the bases, kind of showed them, and then went to the town hall at last, which had an underground secret sewage, very small sewage system that would kind of, I believe, hide. What would it hide? There was something I hid down there. Now, I do still have that world file. and I intend to actually upload it somewhere. I've never actually uploaded it publicly, and I intend to do that, but need to actually dig it out somewhere, because it's already on a Google Drive, but it's not the one that I have all the other worlds on. Also, this Google Drive doesn't have any of the newer challenge worlds on it, because these were server worlds, and I'd have to fix them together to be regular worlds, because they are split apart in the 3 dimensions, I believe. At the same time, the newer single player worlds are also not on there, aka I freaking did too big of a distance here too. That's kind of diabolical. Good. Ah, redstone. Did I dig into my staircase? I hope not. No, I didn't. Well, okay, that's enough for now. I will venture back up. And once I am back up, if I could actually see anything there. Once I am back up, we're going to friggin' turn these diamond ores into diamonds with the fortune pickaxe. After doing the other ores first. And then I should have about 3/4 of a stack of diamonds, at least. I hope. Because that would mean I could make full diamonds, tooling and armor. Which I intend to do sooner than later. I just got jump scared by my ghost, but only a tiny bit. So, the idea behind all this is to, well, I should probably grab my sugar cane first. Right, the sugar cane. And the bamboo, and I should sell that stuff. Oh, there's too many oh no. Too much chicken. Right, let's break some ores. Should have started with the diamonds, so I could have had the best for last. Now let me offhand this and $25. Wow, it didn't really heal it by that much. A bit, actually. No, it did heal it almost like, I believe, about 1/4. In fact, oh no, no, this one's not healed because obviously I used that to mine the gold. But over a stack of redstone. So over half a stack of redstone blocks. Now I can smelt some gold here. and take out some of this iron. Oh, of course it didn't. What? Why did it do that? That now I don't get. 63. Okay. Now, I do have quite a lot of sugar cane, as you can see. And I can probably turn that sugar cane into... What would that be? That would be like... about 12 emeralds. Wow. Not really that much, after all. But I was right. 33 diamonds. I have 58 diamonds. Means I can easily do full diamond. Ironed. I already have the pickaxes, so we're going to be left with... It needs exactly half a stack of diamonds to do what I still need. I calculated that beforehand. So we're going to be left with 26 diamonds, which is about as almost as many as I... So only one more than I made today by going mining. I mean, I would have actually been able to do it precisely and have one diamond left over. But obviously, having 26 diamonds left over is way cooler. So, we're going to break the tree. No, not the tree. We're only going to need like a bit of the tree. I would actually say about this much and make swords with it. Not 4 swords, but I need 2 more swords. Actually. Like this. Then we're going to break the bamboo. Now actually, this has never been seen on stream, but I used to have a burning bamboo right here. Also, the funny thing is, the bamboo is growing so fast, even if we're on the regular tick speed of the server, that I can basically, well, no, I can't break and trade. Trades reset much faster, obviously. Then I can get enough bamboo to trade again. If I had a larger surface area of bamboo, that would work. But I don't really intend to enlarge in my farm. At least not on this island. I do intend to make it bigger at some point. But for that I want to actually eradicate the internals of the ocean monument. Most likely. And then build it in there. That's the idea. So what do I need? I need technically 8 stacks of sticks. What do we have? We have not quite 8 stacks. So we're going to be selling short. Probably. Except if you downgrade it quite significantly, we're going to be selling short. Wait, I do have too many chicken on this island. I should probably stop. Oh no. I will use the boat to venture. Oh, no, no. What could you call an endermite? Why is her name regular again? Honestly, I would call the endermite... What would you call an endermite? I have always given my endermite like regular names. Oh, why is there ice blocks in my water? Why didn't it melt? Why did it melt so weirdly? I have to say I love almost freezing water. But it dripped on my mouse pad. As I should drip. Actually, I should clean my mouse pad. It has gotten somewhere. Also, here, both the librarians. I have found out that Avalina has the 10 emerald mending librarian, which is quite a scam. But this one, 24, I thought it was like 30. Damn, I had that higher in my mind. But I'm not complaining, of course, for a 24 emerald trade. Now, I have had it multiple times that my Fletcher has gone missing. And, well, the last time he was in this cave down here. And couldn't leave. Right, we're having bad ping. I wonder... Where is he now? Because I just wanted to sell him, like... an entire, you know, like... million stacks of... things worth. Thank you for sleeping. Yes, rat. Oh, the banger. Where's the Fletcher bloke? You're not a Fletcher. Mr. Monocle. Where has he gone this time? Where has he gone this time? Ah, hell. He's up there. He's up there. Hello. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I thought so. I was only one log short. Damn. I wonder. Well, 15 emeralds is still fine. We're going to leave with that. Though I'm stupid and forgot to hold my pickaxe. So, yeah, mission failed. So, also, we have this thing here. You might have noticed this. I have gone through this a few times. What is this? This is a ravine. And what do I always like to do with the ravines? Yes, make ominous, nebulous holes or ravines from them, which would be kind of cool. Or we let the ocean flow inside. That would also be kind of quite cool. But that's something that I might have to experiment on in my creative copy of the server world. Now, hold the pickaxe this time. See, it's giving some pretty decent stuff. So, I also, in fact, have the netherite, you know, re-netherite ingot incident, lol. So, we also have another unbreaking book. We have some more random ass stuff. I actually have quite a lot of random ass stuff that I never really use. But one thing that I do intend to use is obviously the diamonds. I need to make the diamonds into my armor, but the issue is that I can't enchant the armor yet. I could make it mending armor, but if I do that, then that won't be very good. But if Avelina is the goat and building an Enderman XP farm, that means I can take the diamonds, some of my iron potentially to donate an anvil there, or just take my anvil there, which doesn't really make that much sense, but I guess it does. Then potentially buy like all the mending books that I need, because that's actually a pretty good idea. I should do that. I should buy the mending books that I need, because I'm going to need a lot of mending books. Also, I will start saving the eggs in this chest and not turn them all into chickens again, because there's so many on this island already that it's getting a bit crazy. Now, I have not gotten efficiency 4 on this. So, unironically, I have no idea what to start with on this, mainly. You see, the island here is, well, it's pretty islandish, I would say. It's a pretty islandish island. And I like this island, right? It's a good island. Who the hell is creating charcoal here? What am I thinking? I would start building, you know. But due to the fact that I dripped on my mousepad again, and this time it's visible on stream. No. Well, what does it matter, right? But as a matter of fact, matter of fact, like matter of fact, no, what, no. Oh, as a matter of fact, I should. It could donate some iron. I should build an iron farm. But still, I want to first actually like get into the Guardian Temple kind of thing. Can I, you know, would it be possible to enter the Guardian Temple if I just create full diamond? Let's go. I forgot how the emojis work. Well. So, I wonder if making diamond armor would be beneficial for, say, killing the Elder Guardian. And then I'd need like stacks of sand. Or gravel. Or, well, another material that it could potentially be placed around the outskirts of the ocean monument. It would honestly be very ideal if we had a monument like right here or so, but we don't, so that's that. Also, I don't even know what to put into this monument. Probably no, actually, I don't know. What could you even put into an ocean monument? Storage system, probably. Well, let me just take my milk with me and craft some diamond armor. I believe that would be a fine way to do this. The best way to do this actually is to go to the ocean monument, kill the Elder Guardian so you don't get the effect, then build a frame around it and probably space everything, like grid everything out in chunks with like gravity blocks. Or easy to remove blocks like dirt. And then dry everything, break everything you want to break, and then build. Now, though, I could just, like, I don't know, I could just make an industrial district, like, right here in the ocean, right? Actually, if we're already here and I don't really know what to do I have empty maps? I do have an empty map. Now, if I were to just create an empty map right on this island, it would look like this. Why is it all red? Oh, because it's burning. That actually does look kind of cool on the map. Let me right over here. Fill in the map. Cool, so this is the what is it? It's this island here. Now, if I go further to this side, I should be able to make the map that goes... Yes, over here. Oh my god. Hello. Damn! Damn! Fully enchanted elytra. God damn. How much iron does thine need? It is in here. There you go, half a stack. The rest is a tip for, I don't know, the elytra and the dragon head. The dragon head is quite cool. Dragon head is really cool. Also, we have the Steve elytra. Let's go. Yeehaw. Adios or something. Did you already build the farm? Or not? Ah. Okay. Okay. Do not break the sign. This is a moss work. I have no context behind this quote. So we're just leaving it there. Damn, yes. Well, damn. It's on fire. This was our test to find out if the fire tick is actually off. If it turns on, I will notice very quickly because the ship will just be disappearing. Yes. Where did all my leather go? Bruh. I apparently need to go kill some cows again. Adios. I will also leave because I have to find cows. Also, I need to find creepers that actually drop gunpowder because I've killed like 3 of them. And I don't think I have any gunpowder. Yo, where is she? Is blood swimming? Ah. Damn. Goddamn. So, there is something here, which is an island that I believe still has quite some cows on it. Also, why the hell is my stream deciding to lag now? Oh, there's dolphins. Actually, I killed all of the cows in it, and horses that were near this this part of the island. Hehe. For obvious reasons. I needed the books, you know. I needed the books. It wasn't anything personal. Oh, now we have the bouncing. The elytra bouncing. So basically the elytra is now just a way for me to travel slightly more quickly. Mostly downhill. An aura farming cow. God. That was kind of sad. Why do they always drop heads? And why? No, I'm not trying to wear that. Right, I need like at least... Actually, I have no idea how many of these I need. Bruh. I am very sorry. Very sorry, little one. Oh, damn. Right, 6. Oh, damn it. 9. A 9 might actually be exactly as many as I need. Oh, you guys are getting grilled. Let's go gunpowder. Let's go, more gunpowder. Great, 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 great. Oh, another cow. I don't actually think I need more leather, but it didn't drop any leather. Sad. Well, good. In any case, we're going back. Using the boat. Yes. Yeehaw. Now, yes. Yes. The maps that, whoops. The maps are going to look weird because they're obviously 1-to-1 scale. Which is quite a large scale. They are going to be... well, relatively detailed. Potentially too detailed, actually. So what I need is, I need a few more maps, but I don't really intend to craft as many compasses. So I'm probably gonna buy them. Can I craft? I need to craft some... I probably don't have any paper left. Yeah, barely. Gonna make some paper. There we go. Make some rockets. Now we make some item frames. Wait, it needs that many sticks? God damn. Good. Good, good, good. For now, I need to find a temporary space to build the map. I don't really have one, and this building does not have a center. So... I'm deciding to build it here. Now, there is an issue. This map, I don't know where this map really is. This map here is here. And this map here is here, right? We do need, definitely, more spacing towards these other sides, but I somehow believe that we need like 2 more maps in this direction and at least 1 more in this one. So that's going to be massive map room in the frickin' thing. Now let me take these maps with me so I can map more. So I don't actually know where this map is going exactly. Is that already this side of the end of the map? Because if it is, it might actually be enough if we just use 2 more maps. I mean 1 more map in the other direction. Like, I mean in the direction we haven't gone. Like this one. So if we place all this on the map floor here, it should be like this, this, and this. It might just fit. Right, let me buy 6 more maps. We will, for the first time, fly over there now. Oh, how nice. It just utilizes 1 rocket. Ow. So where is Mr. Cartographer bloke? Hello. Yo, I need to buy 6 of these. Great. It does fit. Oh, damn. What did that just do? Oh, that's the shader menu. It doesn't really quite fit. I mean, there is still some... Like, it fits, like, on the block, I believe. Pretty much. So I think this is the outer edge. This is this outer edge, so we should be... By going off the screen on this side of the map. Should be the next map. Yes. Let's see how much we've covered so far. Because the base here is still missing. Let's see, I believe this should be here. This one's here, here, here. Nice. So let me make the other two. We basically need this. We need to go off center, no, off map on this side. Basically just onto our little thing here. But that's all that's on this? Damn. So much on this map. We're missing all of this here. Actually, no, this one's on it. Next one's not. Whoa, wait. Why did that just despawn? That was like a full copper skeleton or something. Yo. So the village is actually taking up quite a lot more of the island than I thought. But we need like another row of maps to fill up the further distance back there. Like do that another point in time. So I said I was going to scout the area. What do I have a raw cod blue? Anyways, but I'm unsure. You know, I could just build the industrial district right here. Is this small island on it? This one ain't even on it. Bruh. You know, it is interesting. If we look at the island from up here, right? There is kind of less island to it than I thought. At the same time, it's really big. Like, because the village takes up like a quarter of the entire island. And I would have said that that was much smaller than it looks on the map. But at the same time, the village not the village, the map, not the map, the island I'm living on, could you not? Look, just lie off. Why can I not go up? So, yeah. Kind of looks like out of scale a bit. Yeah, though. If only the ocean monument were like here, would be a bit more ideal. Just a tiny bit more ideal. Though I do have quite a cool idea of something we could build. I, for that, kind of want to map out more though. Let me... Huh. Right, we'll increase the distance over there so I don't have any leather. We're going to find some more of that. I'll go buy 3 more maps. We'll map out the further, you know, dishes were only mapped until here. Mr. Cartographer. Evening. That's awesome. I want you to upgrade quite, kind of. Well, tell me. Interesting. Oh my god, this is actually a goated ass trade. 11 paints for 1 emerald. That's probably more goated. Damn, that's more goated than wood. Because do you know what this means? We just need a super smelter. If we have a super smelter, we basically have infinite emeralds. Why? Well, like an iron farm or a bamboo farm would also equal infinite emeralds. With more ease, potentially. But a glass pane, bro. There's an auto crafter now. So I could just make something that crafts me glass panes automatically, right? And because it will do that, right, it will also need to take a map with me so we can see, right, because it will, when making glass panes, it was relatively easy. You need 6 sand to make 16 panes, and he sells 11 for 1. So you can make almost 3 emeralds using 12 sand. Or, well, that's basically how I think about it. Perfect. There's a lot of them, the other maps on this. Of the other islands, I mean. Sadly, not quite all of it. But even this one's fully on it. It's quite good. I mean, I wish it was just a bit more further over there. But then again, the village and all that fits perfectly, so compromises, I guess. There's actually nothing over here, I believe, that is even mappable. Yes, purely ocean. But I believe this is where the Moss is going to build. Whoops. Is going to build his base. At least somewhere here in the empty waters. Either on this map or the map that is one closer to this one. This island. So in either way, I'd say we have pretty solid, a pretty solid little, how would I describe this kind of alliance? Perfect, perfect. Let me put this into the map table. Or, well, the map floor. There we go, that should be here. No, that's over here. No, that's my shield. That's over here. You are here. And you are here. Perfect. So now I can kind of see the way these maps are made together here. Now we need 3 more item frames. Now, I have had quite a good idea. What was this idea that I had? Well, the idea is... obviously, it would be good if I had these item frames right now, but somewhere here where the center of... Like, somewhere at a well-reachable point of this or a relatively good positioned point that I would say is somehow important, we'd build some sort of a train station, then build a station on each of the main islands, even this one, and build either bridges or underwater tunnels, but I prefer bridges. Kind of, nah, though I'm unsure. These islands here, I believe bridges would make sense. Here, maybe an underwater tunnel, because that's quite the distance to stretch here. I guess. I mean, how much does one map cover? A map is exactly as big as a block. But 1 pixel covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pixels. Approximately. Eight pixels, meaning there is 16 times 8 pixels here. That's 8 chunks per map. 8 chunks per map. 8 by 8 chunks. 8 by 8 chunks. So this is approximately 7 chunks of distance from this island to this island, which is quite far. And this here is about the same distance, actually further even. I don't think I need a train station on the sand outpost shoreline type of thing. Because you can walk there if you need to. I don't really think we need a station there, but I want the station somewhere on this map. Here, this one. Then I want one. Probably want it crossing here, like over to here, maybe. Then underwater tunnel, maybe. Though I'm unsure. Either we make it go like this, or we make it go like this. Making it go this way means you have to go to this small island. Though this is a very unimportant island, I fear. So in a way it would make more sense to go directly to the larger islands where the mining base is, which is probably the more important island than a small base here that probably doesn't even have anything on it. Other than a train station, of course. But it's just there for, you know, completeness. These islands here will probably be connected by a smaller train network. Either a internal train network that is decoupled from the main network, or we make the entire thing into a pretty complex one. I intend to build a somewhat type of main train station somewhere on the big island, and have that be like one of the main points of it. It would probably look pretty cool if we had that. Then build actually we are on the... Let me open my chunk base on my phone real quick so I can explain this somewhat. Tiny bit. in more detail what I am planning to hopefully do. Sadly, the island I am on... Oh, actually, this is pretty good. So you can see the distance from the main islands. This is the eastern shore. This is actually... The way I'm looking at it, north is on the top and south is towards me. Actually, the way it is in the real map as well. So the distance from here to here is very close to going from here to mainland. What is it? Savannah biome. Exactly. And from the Savannah biome, there is about 2 kilometers of distance until we reach Avalina's base. A good 2 kilometers of diagonal distance until we reach Avalina's base, which I believe is a plausible distance to go to. We could even, because she has a I am pretty sure we're sharing the same. Yeah, we are definitely sharing the same stronghold, because it's the closest one to her base and it's the closest one to my base, so we have the same closest stronghold, which means we could build a railway to the stronghold. The railway to the stronghold would only be about twice the distance from shore here to shore of the Savannah biome, and it's basically in a straight line. That would lead us to a stronghold. That would be pretty cool. And then we'd only have we'd have less distance to go from the coastline of my island to the fortress, to go from the fortress to her base. So we could already have 2 bases connected, and then we could technically make an underwater railway to go from her base to the shopping district island number 1, and then I would suspect we build overwater bridges from shopping district to shopping district. Why would we build these overwater? Because the ocean is frozen. And frozen ocean makes it more easily possible to build overwater bridges, like in the air. And it would probably look pretty cool if we had bridges connecting all the shopping districts. Obviously, the shopping districts need a map, so we'd have like 8,000 map copies. No, there would probably be like a main map on each island or something, so you can navigate. And then there would be like stations on each of the freaking islands. Now the issue is Blood Asterix has decided to live on the opposite side of the spawn, at about the same distance that we are from spawn, in the opposite direction, which is really freaking far. And he's like at minus 5,000, minus 3,000 or something. No, the other way around. Minus 3,000, 5,000 is about where he lives, I believe. Somewhere in that region. And so we'd have to build a railway that is like 8,000 blocks far. Would be the nearest station to him. And I don't know if I want to build an 8-kilometer long train railway. Now, why do I even think about building railways? Wouldn't using an elytra be much faster? Well, yes, but think about the resources. Going from here to the shopping district would take me probably at least 10 of these rockets. And including server lag that might occur due to flying and relatively rapid chunk loading, you would use more resources than are actually used if you had a survival world running locally, or an actually good server with a good connection that doesn't lag you back. However, if we make the server side elytra, I mean the server side minecart acceleration relatively high, we can actually make railways. I mean, going from this island to this island would take me not even one rocket. But if I make a railway, blokes, this shit's gonna be fast as hell. Like, if I build a bridge, even an underwater tunnel, whatever it shall be, either of the two would allow me to go from this island, somewhere in the middle of the island, to the mining base in a matter of a few seconds, rather than having to fly over. Also, it makes it more immersive, and also and also it makes it cooler for people that don't want to, or don't have the ability to fly, or don't want to fly constantly. So yeah, I should get some more. I should get some more cows and horses potentially. I've just used like a stack of emeralds. God damn. So I'll get some more. Resources so we can have. Oh my god, they're all stuck in the bamboo here. So this is my egg farm now, as it seems. Great. Yeah, I'll get some more leather. I'll probably go to the savannah this time.
Ready for summer?
Now, why do I even, like, how do I even go about this? I don't even know if I have the rail. No, how's it? Is it called rails? It's called rail, but I don't think I have the crafting recipe unlocked. Of course it's of course. Right when I just want to go farm some cows peacefully. Right. No, oh damn. So the thing is that a cow? I believe that's a cow. The thing is that I intend to, you know, kill him before he burns. Right, so kind of didn't hit that. Perfect, there in fact is a cow. No leather. So yeah, I believe that a train tracks of sorts would be probably a plausible and very viable way to transport people and things too, because I can just use my cars with chests to transport stuff, which is also a very good option. Now, of course, the chunks aren't going to be loaded, and that is a very much known issue. Like, it's not an issue, but it's a very much known effect to me. And It obviously isn't ideal. But at the same time, I don't think loading all the chunks is a good idea. I mean, if we load all the chunks that are on the way from here, just even to this space, we'd have to load like 20 chunks. Even just to make my local train network working, we'd have to load like 20 chunks. And that is stupid. It is absolutely stupid. Also, it's like, it's pretty cool if or it would be pretty cool if I could do something like an automatic AFK auto stop type of thing. I have to think about this. Because if I can make some sort of a selecting system that allows you to select what stop you want to stop at, it would be pretty cool. If I could like select main stop and then then like everything in proximity to the main stop, we could do like short stops and then have these be via redstone or something connected to each other. That would, however, mean we need redstone that is faster than the and then the train tracks also wouldn't be multiplayer proof. That's also an issue. Well, but that doesn't really matter now, does it? But at some point, it would be cool if we could do that, you know? Would be cool if we could. Now I don't have enough sticks. But I don't have an axe either, and I don't really feel like crafting one, so we're going to just break some wood by hand and make some wooden swords. Or well, at least one. To just break some bamboo with the singular wooden sword. Now obviously all the chicken are going to escape. Which is also a known effect to me. Great. The sword broke. And I have quite a bit more bamboo than I probably need to make 3 item frames. But hey. Rather too much bamboo than too... Damn! That's a lot more bamboo than I need. Damn. Good. 3 more item... No, item frames. Oh, did I accidentally just... Oh well, now I'm picking it up. Right, there we go. So that's chicken. You are massive, but you're in the way. Could you not all go here? Thank you. How did that egg get up there? Well. So, we're going to make train stations. I'm going to mock something up. I hope either we already built something in the next stream, but I want to find out if I don't I have like rail. Why do I not have rail crafting recipes? Do I need to craft? I don't actually, you know, the issue isn't that I don't know how to craft rail. Craft rails 16. Yeah, so that's not a lot of rails, so we need a... I mean, I thought it was 16 actually. But as I also expected, that's not a lot of rails. So with the current amount that I have... I have 100 almost. Damn. I have about 10, 15 times a quarter stack. So that's 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack. 3 stack and 48 rails is what that's going to be. And that is relatively close to 256. It's like 240 rails. Is what I could currently make. I believe that should be exact. 240 rails. 240 rails gives me obviously 240 blocks. 240 blocks. It's a bit more than 10 chunks, so I could build more than the distance. I could probably build the distance from here to here straight. Let's be realistic. But if you look at this, that's not very far. Is it? It's not very far. Not at all very far. Oh man, this is going to take me some iron, bro. It's going to take a lot of iron and a decent amount of sticks. But if we make over water bridges, it's also going to take a massive amount of going to also take a massive amount of wood. Yes, wood or whatever else you would build it from. I suspect for this district here, wood. For other places, probably not wood, but something... Or, well, no, wood is actually like the ideal and probably only option you would build a bridge from that is this long. In a Minecraft world, I don't think you would build a freaking bridge from metal and concrete, right? Because who would do that in this game? In this game, who would do that? But also the thing is, we'd need two-way. So every way you build, you need another. You need a second rail, kind of. Yeah. This is going to be funny. It's going to be very funny to build. I will probably make small scale stuff first that is here on these islands. But I need to build some, you know, mock-ups first. Potentially. Also, I don't know really where to place the railway, and also most importantly probably the main train station, right? I don't really know where to place that. But you know, I kind of do want to build it relatively large, so we have room for expansion. Also, like, multi-way train stations would be pretty damn cool. It would be really cool. Like, if we could have a train station that goes in say 3 directions from one point. So like this would make sense for, say, this island, where you could go to this one or this one and then make a triangle basically. Or, well, it would work if we just have a connection like this or a connection like this. That would work. It would work. It's totally legit. And it doesn't need to be a triangle. It just makes it slightly shorter. But what I'm thinking about now is basically you make a line of tracks like here and then leave like a gap of 1 or 2 or whatever. Make another line, right? Then you have signs that indicate directions. Indicate the movement direction that you're allowed to move in. Because if we have opposite side traffic, that is going to... that is going to be quite... well, it's not going to be very consistent if we have opposite side traffic. And also, it would mean that it's most likely impossible to ever stop. If you bounce together... I don't actually know what happens if 2 minecarts at these high speeds bounce together. It could probably result in some sort of either like a reflection, so you'd go the opposite way back, which would be very, very suboptimal. Because in cases like here to here to Savannah or something would probably be suboptimal. But I intend to basically make either make every train station like a must-have stop. So you have to manually press continue. Or somehow make these skippable. I mean, if we're honest, it wouldn't take that much more to build a train track that skips this and just goes straight under the ocean and rises again at the entrance of the fortress or something. No, it's not a fortress. Stronghold, I meant. Stronghold. That could be done. I believe that could be done. It just takes like another 1,000 more rails or so. And that's probably not even... That's not even being generous. That's actually very realistic, or maybe even a bit too optimistic. Because it's not a lot of rails. 1,000 rails isn't a lot of rails, but it's still stacks of it. That's still... If this is 250,000 rails, barely, you're going to need, for 1,000 rails, you're going to need 6 stacks of iron. Just for the rails. And then the wood, right? You'd need, just to make the path that they're on, you'd need the same amount of wood. There's one in between, so you'd need 1.5 times the wood. Then you're probably going to make it on each side one larger, so you're going to in total need 5. You're going to need 2.5 times the wood. So you're going to need about 2,500 planks or logs or whatever. And I would potentially need an automatic wood farm for that because I don't want to build it from bamboo. So we'd have to make an automatic wood farm. One that makes wood and planks, like logs and planks probably already, because I don't really want to craft. No, well, the planks we could craft, but we'd need thousands of logs to build this. Then, because you want to have it be aesthetic, you'd also need to make some sort of pillars, then make it somehow simple but good looking kind of repeating pattern on the rails, and maybe have, I don't know, lights. Have lights on the tracks apart from the redstone and all of that, you know, some just, well, a lot of things that would need to be done. Also, I want these to be permanently switched tracks and not temporarily switched ones that have activator rails, detector rails type of things, because that would cause excessive lag. But also I want to probably place in between stations quite frequently. For example, on the way from Stronghold to Savannah Shore, we could probably build another station somewhere in between, and then at least one more or two in between the Stronghold and Avalina's base. Because there's a Badlands biome in between, the one that I was in the first stream, and some other interesting stuff potentially, so we could probably make a station in between. And the cool thing is we can always make more stations. That's the cool thing. It is pretty cool. Yes. But again, it's mainly going to be either overworld, like over the, on the top of the surface placed tracks, or it's going to be under the earth tracks. And I believe for most of the land stretches we want visible tracks, but at the same time that makes it a lot more difficult because the terrain is obviously not flat. So yeah, not gonna be easy, but we could probably make some pretty cool scenic routes that I'd want to probably build in creative first and test what speed is appropriate for the train tracks. Don't want to make it as fast as an Elytra, probably, but quite fast. So you could catch up your minecart if you fell out. But that is something that's going to need to wait another few streams. And between streams, because we need to build an iron farm, and quite a good one at that. And probably an automatic wood farm, and one that farms spruce, I would say, because spruce is like one of the best looking woods, and it's also one of the most easy to farm woods, I believe. I'm unsure about how automatic wooden farms work, wood farms work, but I might look into that and see if we can do something. So yeah. We're gonna build some automation soon, I hope. But for this stream, I want to do something because of how I titled the stream. It needs to be done. I want to suit up, bro. I'm really having to think hard so I don't make anything twice. I'm not going to make a sword. Yes, in fact, I'm not going to make a sword yet. As a reason. Because I might not need one. And I will just wear it for once. Looks pretty cool, actually. You see diamond armor too rarely these days. Always full of netherites. But it does look pretty clean with the cape, I'm not gonna lie. So this is, I guess, the armor I possess. Pretty cool. Yeah, but we're most likely not going to wear it because I don't want to damage it too much yet. The tools, okay, I can enchant these relatively simply. Though I do kind of want sharpness on my axe, I have to admit that. Kind of do want sharpness 5 on my axe. I've always had sharpness on my axe. Since the beginning of sharpness on my axe, well, since the first server, I've had the most perfect enchanted tools and armor you could even have. I literally had shears, fully enchanted shears. I had a fully enchanted axe with sharpness. I believe I even had a silk touch and a fortune axe, both with sharpness 5. I might even have had a silk touch. No, I don't think I've ever had a silk touch and fortune hoe. I believe I've only ever had either of them. And I believe the last one I remember having either of those was in WTG Craft, where I had fortune. I believe. Obviously for crops, but later game, I believe the silk touch hoe is more useful than a fortune hoe because you're probably not farming crops manually, but maybe like building blocks like leaves and I don't know what else, leaves, but you can use shears for that, so it's basically also useless. So I believe that's why I settled on a fortune 3 hoe and not the silk touch equivalent, because there is, I believe, no block where you're faster. No, actually the nether blocks, never mind. The nether leaves, well, all the nether foliage blocks that are on trees, I believe. No, well, the vines, probably shears, but you know what I'm trying to say, the leaves, the blue and the nether wart blocks. So yeah. Anyways, this little cylindrical looking indent here that looks like a small meteor fell down into the freaking island is the entrance to the mine that I was just in, and we actually technically already have a tunnel. Oh yes, that is true. Wait, you're listening to the stream? That's crazy. So this entrance here that I went down earlier is actually connected to this, because the that long straight tunnel I made goes slightly past this, about till here, I'd say. And here we have a drop down and then a weird ass staircase. It's not the ASMR mic, I swear to God. Well, so that means we will be making a lot of progress in the tool and armor department, because we are going to have infinite levels, which is really good. Means I can hopefully have pretty good gear in or before the next stream, which also, I don't know if I already said this, is going to be throughout the week. Actually on Tuesday I would expect, because of our holidays, and then the next one is going to be the Saturday after. The Saturday after the Tuesday, so 2 weeks from now. And that's so I can keep my weekly streak. Yes. The cool thing is, and I don't know if I should do that, but it would be a nice experiment to try. I could hypothetically leave the server running throughout. And that's actually kind of a cool idea. If I take a mouse with me, I might even be able to play on the server. That's like a pretty good idea. To be very honest. Yes, a pretty good idea. I should do that. I should let the server run. And just hope that my auto crash detection works, and hope that the internet never shuts off. But if neither of those happen, we should technically be able to let the server run. But just for safety, I'm going to, if I do not forget, install like a thing that makes me be able to access the computer from outside somewhere. Because software like this exists, some VNC stuff. TeamViewer, I believe, is what we used on the Jellyfish SMP. So we're going to probably, I'm going to probably try installing that. Yeah, but for today, I believe I am going to be going offline because it's already 20 to midnight. I have this map here now, obviously very ideally positioned. It's going to be going into the massive map room that I still need to build, where we're going to have 2 maps. In fact, I would say we have one map like this, and then one map that has a bit of a larger span. And then I don't know if I want to have maps on the train stations. Maybe have maps on the larger stations, and the smaller ones are well smaller. That could be a good idea. What would also be a funny idea is if we could have a minecart dispenser that takes like a diamond or something and dispenses a minecart. That would be kind of cool, because it would hopefully encourage people to not lose their minecarts, or just take many minecarts and potentially be lucrative, and then have people that are close by to train stations be responsible for a train station. Or everyone has their own minecarts. That is also a way to do this, I guess. Funny would also be that if we would do it so you can't place a minecart on the rails without a minecart dispenser, which is technically possible to do. Because if you block it with some sort of like a half block, where it's impossible to break the to place the minecart by hand, it might actually still work with dispenser, or yeah, dispenser. I don't know if this is possible. There might be a way to do this to prevent people from placing a minecart by hand, but then still be able to sit in it. So we could basically have the minecart be a forced, so basically force people to pay to ride the train tracks, which I guess would work, but at the same time I don't even know if it's worth that. because it's very easy to, you know, trick the system, I guess. Or have the train stations be high security lockout buildings and make no way to enter the rails by having them enclosed in like multiple layers of obsidian. And then if you want to go on the train, you have to pay to get inside. That would be craziest option, but I don't really want to gatekeep it that much. I mean, making money from it would be cool, but I don't think it's that easy to make money from something so unsurveyable or controllable, kind of. Anyway, going to go offline for the day, so I'm going to leave the server. Just mandatory adios. Yes. So, yeah. See you all on Tuesday, if not on Monday or Wednesday, but I believe Tuesday. Wednesday would be like last resort. But we have to get up relatively early on Thursday, I believe, so probably going to be Tuesday. Because I want to go to bed a bit earlier on Wednesday, I think. Yes. So, yeah. Goodbye everyone, I guess. I will be seeing y'all. And I hope to have some slightly bit more planned out plans for the rails, and hope that Avalina has built the farm, the XP farm, which would be extremely good, because it would mean we could finally make full armor and tools, and then do all the other stuff that I've wanted to do. Well, basically experience points are the only thing holding me back, because I have money to buy books, I have the resources to make more money, at least on a smaller scale. I have the resources to make the tools and armor. I have the resources to enchant them, except for the experience points. And I don't have the armor that is armor and tools that are good enough due to experience points in order to, well, A, finally loot the ocean monument, and B, get the upgrade templates to make netherite tooling. So it's all hanging together with the experience. So we really need the Enderman farm. Even though it's not the most efficient farm, it's probably the most efficient to build for like early to mid game. It's kind of a mid game farm, I'd say. It's not really early game, but it's definitely not late game. If we ever really want to expand, we would build like one of these piglin farms, but they take so long to build, I don't even know if it's worth it. But that doesn't matter. I will look at some railway and stuff designs and find out how and why and whatever I can do. And then we'll start preparing for that. Apart from obviously also building the massive island transformations that I have in mind, but not very well planned out yet, because I'm unsure what I exactly want to build on the big island, and I have no idea what I want to build on a small island. I just know I want it to be something like medieval styled. But we're going to see, so goodbye everyone, and I see you all soon. Yeah.